So on the U.S., right?
Right.
What was the thought that went into why U.S.? Because explain that to me, because we got different definitions to what U.S. means, but in your words, what did it mean?
It just meant us.
Okay.
Leave us the fuck alone.
Leave us the fuck alone.
That's what it meant to me. I mean, now everybody's telling me that Ron Karenga, and I go to his community meetings very frequently in the Crenshaw district. I talk to Ron Karenga, you know, I do Kwanzaa with him and everything. But me personally, it never came to me that it was any other organization other than us protecting us.
Well, who in your crew came up with the name? When you guys were at South Park and you guys are talking, who stepped forward and said, you know what, we're going to be the Us Boys? Who was that guy?
It wasn't we going to be Us Boys. It was like we us.
Yeah.
We us.
Who came up with that thought?
It was all of us. Well, I'm not going to say. I'm just not going to say.
There was a group of individuals.
Yeah, but but we us, and it was spontaneous. One said it, but yeah, we are us. Our neighborhood was South Park, and the closest that our neighborhood was Kelly Park. But if there was something structurally going on in terms of a black movement, maybe a few was there, maybe one or two was there, but I was never there, and I was not privy, and I don't know.
So wait a minute. What were the boundaries of the Us Boys?
Us Boys was from Atlantic Drive. Now that you're mentioning it, was from Atlantic Drive to Alameda, from Greenleaf definitely to Compton Boulevard. We all knew each other closely. These were all our people.
So during that time, we're talking about 71, 72, right?
Okay.
And different tribes had established themselves to be either this or that, right? Who were you guys close to?
The thing is, we were close to anybody in Compton because we all knew we grew up with all the Compton brothers. And like I said...
Can I get specific? Because, okay, being that you guys in close proximity of Piru, did you guys get along with them? Were you against them? Or how do you explain that?
Man, we grew up with them. We knew them. The thing is, when Crips came to our neighborhood, it was not a homegrown indigenous tribe. They came from somewhere else with Crips. In Compton, I mean, we could have called ourselves anything, but putting in Tam over there in 135th and Piru, they called it Piru. But we was like, hey, we all Compton boys. And it was
so
like
what you're saying, if you look at it closely, then US and Pirus are the two only original gangs from Compton. And the Crips came from somewhere else.
Yes. Absolutely.
When were you guys introduced to the Piru Street Boys? What year was that?
I don't know no Piru Street Boys, but I know Piru.
Okay. When were you guys introduced to the Pirus?
Man, we was hearing about Putting in Tam came to our hood one day, but they came Gangsta Style, and we wasn't even gangster. We was like listening to Superfly. It was those days. We was like all permed up and everything, and they came to one of our parties, and they came kind of gangster because whatever happened to them over there by 135th and Piru, they had already we got enemies. We didn't know there were no enemies. We were insulated. We were like, hey man, it's just party, have fun. And when they came there, man, I remember that, man, at that party, man. And Tam pulled out a motherfucking sawed-off double barrel. He didn't use it, but we was like, fuck.
What was his intention?
Don't know. But I do know Tam when I was 7 years old, when I went to jail with him.
Oh, you were in jail with him?
Went to jail with Tam, man. But so, hey, me and Tam, We went to jail because we lived on Randy and Maple, and Tam lived across the street, and he had like about 13. It was 13 of them, and Sherry and Wawa. It was his sisters, and Tam was like Derek. That I'm not gonna mention his last name, but he was like Derek, and me and Tam, we used to like jump rules in Compton and steal milk bottles and shit because we wanted to go to Wilson Park pool, and we wanted to swim, and then after we swam, we wanted to like eat something, so we need 10 cents for that, 35 cents for the pool. Man, every day we made a hustle, 35 cents a day each. You know, we was like,
I would do what everybody else, go to Crips after the swimming pool.
Bam! Hey, don't take me back right there, right, man.
And so who's the link between us boys and Tam and putting in the Piru? Who's behind that relationship that brought you guys together, picked you guys up like that?
Man, it was osmosis, man. Osmosis. The thing is, we were always Compton family. And you could say anybody could be a link, but we were all links. Because we knew every side. We knew them brothers. We knew them brothers. The invading force was what was the Crips from LA, who was like, you need to be a Crip. And US was like, no, we us. We not gonna be nothing. We us.
So let's go to what you just said. When did this invasion happen? With the us boys. What was y'all first encounter with the Crips?
I'm telling you, with them brims, man. At that party, man. That's when we didn't know nothing about no gangs or anything. When that happened, we didn't even know Piru or nothing was happening. When that happened to us at that party and we abandoned our girls, and we was like in shock. Man, we said we ain't gonna be no punks. And we got together at the park and said, nah, we us.
So what was going on in Oaks Park at the time?
Oaks Park. And Oaks Park is, please, you know, I'm 60 something.
Oaks Park is Donald Norwood, Chester Norwood, Gary Miller.
I remember Chester.
Pimp,
I remember Chester.
Curtis Patrick.
I think he wants the location, so
so the location of that is off of Rosecrans towards the Red House. From Rosecrans back towards the Red House.
Rosecrans and Long Beach Boulevard toward the Red House. Yes. No, Santa Fe.
Yes, Santa Fe.
Yeah, the Red House. Hey man, you know something? I gotta be honest with you. It was like brothers who were more there than me. I was there, but I didn't want to go there. So the other brothers, they, you know, hey, we had ambassadors. We had ambassadors.
What do you mean ambassadors?
Man, we had ambassadors, man. A motherfucker attacked us. We had some brave brothers that went to that clique and say, hey, man, we need to talk about this shit. Always. Before anything. I mean, we need to talk about this.
And I don't want to jump ahead. I know we have an episode where you guys actually demonstrate that with the grannies. But I want to kind of step back. We'll touch on that. So, when you guys establish these relationships, you figure out, okay, the Bloods were, they weren't called Bloods, they was Piru.
It was Rue.
Right, and then there was the Crips, right?
And Crips, Rue and Crips.
Okay. So, at what point did you guys initiate contact with the Crips? Because the Crips was there during the same years that you were speaking on, about the 71 and 72. So what was that contact like?
The first contact was, I'm not gonna mention any names. One of the motherfuckers we was over there on Central and Rosecrans at that shopping center. And one motherfucker took one of my boys' hats. You know, I mean, you know, our hats, man, we spend a lot of money. Motherfucker, give me your hat, nigga. And we wanted to kill that nigga. Cause this was the problem with it. He had like 2 adults with him. It was like, you. And it was like, it wasn't no one-on-one. That nigga was like this little nigga our age, wanted to fuck him up. But he had like adults behind him was like, yeah, we got your back. And man, we didn't know what to do.
How was y'all identified though? Did y'all?
We didn't have no identity. It was just like
no. Listen.
Okay.
Did y'all have a uniform? Did y'all got hats or something?
That came later.
To identify, because you saying you having these contact with these people, but how did they identify you to be that or this? You understand?
That came later. This was the first incident. We wasn't nothing. And that's what it's an evolution of unity. And so we remember this, that these dudes, hey, nigga, give me your shit.
So there was no U.S. uniform?
There was no, at that point, there was none.
Okay.
But after that incident, at the party, man, we U.S. And then the thing is, so everybody, when we became U.S., we would go to the Army surplus on Willow and Atlantic. There was an Army surplus. And we got khakis, we got our U.S. badges, and we got our buttons on our brims, on our hats. It was all U.S. You always seen the United States, the U.S. symbol. And it was just about us. Leave us the fuck alone, or we will fuck you up. Okay. Just leave us alone, or we will fuck you up.